Hi there, thanks for tuning into my new channel, Urban Breath, which I've put together to support a lot of you out there who are struggling to cope right now. And also help you to understand that as much as we can't control what's happening in the world, we can have some control over the fear and anxiety that life is constantly chucking in our direction. How do we do that? With the breath. By connecting to our breathing, we can become the masters of our own lives, quite literally. So I'm here to share with you some basic supportive breathing habits and techniques that I'll build on video by video until you've got a simple 10 to 15 minute daily practice that I swear will have a massive impact on your quality of life. But firstly, I want to point out that breathing and focusing on the breath is not some woo-woo hippie stuff, right? Breathing is life. It is the best defense that we have. Because every thought, feeling and emotion has a corresponding breathing pattern that goes with it. We change, we adapt, which means the way that we breathe, it becomes a habit. And let's face it, most of us have pretty bad habits. Take anxiety, for example. It starts a chain of chemical reactions in the body that activates what's called our fight, flight or freeze response. And this means our muscles, our nerves and internal organs, they tense up as if getting ready for a fight or wanting to run away or freeze to become invisible. This is the place that many of us are living in right now. In fact, most of us breathe erratically most of the time. You know, life is just one big series of hurrying around, trying to get somewhere without realizing the effect that it's having on us. And it makes life much harder than it needs to be. What happens is we start to breathe faster, and this signals to the body that more oxygen is needed. We open our mouths to breathe, or we take in more air and we breathe into the chest, or we don't breathe at all. We freeze in fear just like any other animal when it's scared. The body and mind are inseparable in these functions. Stress equals poor breathing equals increased stress. So becoming aware of our breath grounds us here and now in this moment, calms the mind. So there's 4 areas to focus on. Number 1, breathing in through the nose, because that reduces our nervous energy and it also filters out a lot of the bacterial air that we take in when we breathe in through the mouth. Breathing low into our bellies and our rib cage and outwards, not upwards and creating stress. Okay, this lets us use and utilize the oxygen we take in more efficiently. It's how we're meant to breathe. It also massages the gut, which is responsible for much of our internal health. Thirdly, slowing the rate of our breathing to calm ourselves and rest and recover. And lastly, doing it all with as little effort and muscle tension as possible. Really important. Letting go, releasing, freeing up the body. And you know what? Enjoy it. The more pleasure you find in anything, including breathing, the quicker your mind and body, get what it is you want it to do, and it starts to play along. So sitting, standing, whatever is good for you. Make sure there's no tension in your shoulders, back straight as you can, the chin slightly tucked in. And put your hand here. This allows attention to go to this area. Where attention goes, energy flows. So just allow the tongue to rest on the top roof of your mouth behind the front 2 teeth. Just rest it there. And breathe in. And notice how you feel when you naturally breathe. Is it smooth or is it relaxed? Is it jerky? Is it stuck? What is it? And where in the body do you feel the breath go? Tune into that. Does it go into the head? Do you feel it in the neck, the throat, the chest? Does it go all the way down to your belly? Now picture as you breathe in, that breath actually going all the way down to your hand and expanding you outwards. Doesn't matter if it's not big, just put your attention and focus there. Do this for a few breaths Becoming aware of relaxing the jaw and the neck. No tension is needed there. Just let the neck and the jaw go by just a thought of let go. You don't have to do any big movements to let go. Keeping the mouth closed, the breath is through the nose. Now already we are starting to release relaxation chemicals into the nervous system. And if you feel the breath moving up into the rib cage, that is great. Allow it to happen. But if it's not happening for you right now, don't worry. Okay? Place your hands at the side of your ribs and picture yourself breathing into your hands. Just imagine the breath going there. That's enough. Shoulders relaxed. And it's really useful to imagine the body being moved by the breath and not the muscles doing the work. So imagine that as you take in air, the air is actually moving you out of the way. So no effort. Let any ideas of what should be happening as you breathe go. And just feel what actually is happening and don't judge it as right or wrong. Okay, doing this will give you the mental and physical space to let go. It's also really useful to do this lying down with a book here and your knees bent. That way you can clearly see the movement in the diaphragm and also feel the back moving into the floor because we breathe in through all the way around, okay? And now become aware of a slight swing in the pelvis as you breathe in. Going back, and as you breathe out, it returns. Exaggerate it a bit. That's opening up the pelvic diaphragm, which actually stops you from contracting the diaphragm. Okay, so it allows the diaphragm to release nice and relaxed. So just become aware, put your attention in these things. This movement of the belly, movement of the ribs, the movement of the hips and the pelvis there. Now for the next few breaths, just put your hands above your hips or on your hips and feel for a slight side expansion, even the slightest expansion beneath the hands, forcing your hands out. And the belly pops out. Just using your imagination to picture it going down here is enough. As I said before, where attention goes, energy flows. And notice how it feels, what sensations you're experiencing. Right? Now for the next few exhales, release the breath with a small sigh through the mouth. So don't over inhale so you create tension up here, and release the breath at the top, no holding it in. It's that releasing sound we make when we feel good about something or when something bad is over. Or when you've got the sun on your face and you just want to melt into it. No effort in the throat. At the end of the exhale, notice if the belly is soft. If it's tight, you're breathing out too much. Just let it soften. That's where the breath should finish, with the belly still soft. We breathe out 80%, we breathe in 80%. Not completely emptied, so the stomach muscles contract and tense up. Now inhale again into the belly, and at the end of the next exhale, notice if there's a slight stillness, pause before you need to breathe in again. If there is, relax into it, enjoy it. Like really just let it be. So the breath is now coming in like a triangle. Right? If there's no pause, just make the next inhale as smooth as you can, so we feel no extra effort from the muscles beneath the hand. Again, just check that you're breathing out to the sides. How much can you enjoy each breath? Okay, now finally we're going to begin to slow down the inhale and the exhale, so focus on that. So if you're already breathing slow, slow it down even more. Slow it down to a rate that's comfortable. And if you've been breathing fast, just become aware of slowing down, okay? Nothing to do, nowhere to be, just breathing here, expanding, releasing, relaxing slowly. And if it feels okay, smile when you breathe in too, smile. There are receptors in the face, all through the body, that are linked to what's called the vagus nerve. It's a superhighway nervous system that is linked to positive emotions, okay, the positive side of our energy system and our supportive system. Okay, now for the next few breaths, just allow the breath to be as it wants without controlling it. Watch and listen to the breath coming and going. Notice how you feel right now after doing 20, 30 breaths, relaxing breaths. So if you can do this 5 minutes morning, afternoon and evening, you'll start to get a sense of that nervous energy and chatter releasing. Okay, then take it into whatever else it is you're doing during the day, whether it's walking, chatting with friends, sitting watching TV. In time, as you become familiar with this, your body begins to understand what it is you want it to do, and it starts to go, okay, all right, okay, I can start to relax into that. So that's the first stage. Now in the next video, I'm going to start expanding on this, increasing the expansion and introducing more releasing, relaxing and immune system strengthening breathing exercises. Okay, and I'm going to bring in thoughts as well, because actually when you bring in positive thoughts together with breathing, it really enhances what it is you're trying to get your whole system to do, and we learn much quicker. Okay, we start to just evolve quicker. So listen, take care, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.